What if I told you your favorite K-pop idols just went away, got ripped, leveled up their visuals, and came back looking like grown-up superheroes? Yeah, these guys traded sold-out stadiums for buzz cuts and boot camp, and somehow came back looking better than ever. So today, I'm showing you 5 idols whose military glow-ups had fans losing their minds. And trust me, number 1 will break your bias list forever. First up, let's talk about the baby-faced Hyung who turned into a total man. This is Jimin from EXO, the same guy fans nicknamed Byeozi because of his round cheeks. Pre-enlistment, he was the cute, fresh-faced oldest member. But when he stepped out of that base, EXO-Ls were like, who is this man? His jawline, sharp enough to slice hearts. His vibe, no more shy cutie. Now he's the dependable Hyung with a quiet, grown man confidence. He kept that boyish charm but leveled up to K-drama oppa status, and seeing him back on stage, instant proof that military service is the ultimate glow-up boot camp. Next, the king of flaming charisma himself, Chinese Minho. This dude was already ripped before he enlisted, so fans knew he'd come back strong. But no one expected this. He didn't just survive the military, he turned into an actual action hero. Sunburned tan, shoulders twice as wide, buzz cut that made him look like a real-life soldier straight out of an action movie. And the best part? He came back swinging. More acting gigs, tougher roles, and a vibe that says, I'm your bias wrecker now. Alright, we can't talk shiny without talking about Taeming, the fairy prince of K-pop. Before the army, he was ethereal. Soft features, dreamy stages, always looking like he stepped out of a fantasy novel. So, what happened after he put on that uniform? Fans were shook. He came back with sharper features, calmer energy, like a man who's seen the world but kept the magic. He didn't lose that fairy vibe, he evolved it. Now he's not just the baby, he's the grown-up legend with a whole new aura. You see him on stage now, he's still the king of delicate, but with a quiet strength that hits different. Now we're getting to the big 2, and at number 2, it's BTS's V. V has always been praised as one of the most handsome idols in K-pop, with his princely, classic visuals. Before enlistment, he often played with softer styles, fluffy hair, cozy cardigans, and that iconic, slightly mysterious aura. But after his military service, fans were stunned by how effortlessly mature he looked. His jawline seemed sharper, his shoulders looked broader, and there was just something about his eyes that showed a deeper, calmer energy. Photos and videos from his first appearances after discharge instantly went viral. Fans couldn't stop talking about how he looked like a modern-day prince, but one who's also a bit rugged, like he's seen the world and grown from it. ARMY loved how V balanced his natural elegance with a quiet strength. He didn't need flashy outfits to prove anything, his visuals alone did all the talking. And honestly, he's a perfect example of how the military can add an extra layer of sophistication to an idol who was already stunning. Finally, taking the number 1 spot is the one and only Golden Maknae BTS's Jungkook. Jungkook is a perfect example of someone we've all watched grow up in real time. Over the years, he's gradually shown us his more mature side tattoos, piercings, long hair, and a physique that made fans swoon. But after his military service, Jungkook's glow-up is on a whole other level. He came back looking so mature and confident that ARMYs couldn't believe their eyes. His features are sharper, his body looks even more athletic, and his vibe feels way more grown-up in the best possible way. The buzz-cut photos alone were enough to send the fandom into meltdown, but seeing him grow his hair back and show up at events with that quiet, charismatic confidence, total heartbreaker. He just looks like he's stepped into his next era as a man and an artist, and honestly, we can't wait to see what he does next. In the end, military service is so much more than just a break from the stage. It's a huge life experience that helps these idols grow inside and out. They come back more mature, confident, and with a whole new aura that makes their performances and personalities even more special.